They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to women, that couldn't be more true. A woman may control her words, she may hide her feelings, but her eyes will always betray the truth. Most men never notice, and that's why they miss the signals staring them right in the face. Her eyes reveal whether she's bored, attracted, curious, or secretly craving more. And once you know what to look for, you'll never be confused again. The difference between being just another guy in the room and the one she can't stop thinking about is awareness. Her eyes will lock onto you differently when she's interested. They'll linger longer, soften in tone, or sparkle in ways she can't fake. They'll even dart away nervously when she feels the pull but doesn't want to admit it. The question is, can you read them? Today, I'm going to break down 5 powerful things her eyes say about how she feels, so you'll never wonder where you stand again. Point 1. When her eyes linger on you. One of the clearest messages her eyes can send is when they linger, when she looks at you longer than she looks at anyone else. This isn't the casual glance of someone just being polite. This is a gaze that carries weight, a pause that stretches a second too long, a look that makes you feel like time slowed down for just a moment. That lingering eye contact is attraction, pure and raw, and if you can recognize it, you'll never confuse friendliness with desire again. Picture this. You're talking in a group, and while everyone else looks away after speaking, she keeps her eyes on you. Even when you're not saying anything, you catch her glancing your way, holding her gaze just long enough to make you wonder if she even realizes she's doing it. Sometimes it's not about how long she looks, it's about how often. She keeps coming back to you, her eyes searching for yours again and again, like a magnet she can't resist. That's not an accident. That's attraction leaking through. Most men ignore this. They tell themselves, she's just being nice. Or they get nervous and look away too quickly. By doing that, they kill the tension she's creating. Because here's the truth. When a woman lingers with her eyes, she's silently giving you permission to step closer. It's her way of saying, I see you. I feel you. Now what are you going to do about it? Here's where guys ruin it. They either overreact by jumping in too fast, or they break eye contact because they can't handle the intensity. Both moves destroy the moment. The smarter play is to hold her gaze with calm confidence. Don't fidget. Don't force a cheesy line. Just be steady. That quiet strength builds tension, and tension is the bridge between attraction and obsession. The psychology behind it is simple. Prolonged eye contact releases dopamine and oxytocin, the same chemicals tied to connection and desire. It literally bonds people without a single word spoken. That's why when her eyes linger on you, you feel something shift in the air. It's primal, it's real, and it's your cue that she's not just looking, she's inviting. So remember, when her eyes stay on you longer than normal, don't dismiss it, don't break it, embrace it. Because in that lingering look, she's telling you exactly how she feels. Point 2. When her eyes flicker to your lips. One of the strongest, yet most subtle messages a woman's eyes will ever send is when they flicker down to your lips. This isn't random. This isn't a nervous tick. This is desire slipping through her control. When a woman glances at your lips while you're talking, it's her subconscious painting the picture before her words ever catch up. She's not just listening, she's imagining. And that split-second look says more than 1,000 sentences ever could. Picture this. You're mid-conversation, telling a story, and her gaze drifts down for a moment, then back up again. Maybe it happens once. Maybe it happens 3 times in a row. It's quick, but it's intentional. Her body is revealing what her mind is trying to hide. She's wondering what it would feel like to close the space between you. Friendly women don't do this. Curious women don't do this. Only a woman with real attraction will allow her eyes to betray her like this. Most men never notice. They're too caught up in their own words, too focused on delivering the perfect line, and they miss the signal flashing right in front of them. Others notice it, but panic, either by lunging in too fast or by pretending it didn't happen. Both responses ruin the tension. The key is balance. When you catch her glancing at your lips, don't overreact. Smile slightly, keep your composure, and let the silence breathe for just a second longer than usual. That subtle confidence amplifies the electricity already in the air. Here's why this matters. Our brains are wired to process attraction through micro-cues, and the lip glance is one of the most primal. Studies show that when we're drawn to someone, our eyes unconsciously scan their face, with extra attention on the mouth. Why? Because the mouth is connected to intimacy, closeness, and vulnerability. A woman who looks at your lips isn't doing it out of boredom. She's doing it because her instincts are pulling her toward you. So remember this. If her eyes flicker to your lips, she's giving you the green light. Not to pounce recklessly, but to recognize the moment and handle it with calm certainty. Because that glance, quick as it may be, is her way of telling you without words. I want you closer. Point 3. When her eyes dart away. Quickly. Sometimes the loudest message her eyes send isn't when they linger. It's when they run away too fast. A woman who feels nothing will look at you casually, hold a normal amount of eye contact, and then glance elsewhere without any change in her energy. It's neutral, safe, and forgettable. But when she feels something, when attraction sparks, her eyes often betray her in the opposite way. She'll look at you, get caught, and then dart away like she's been burned. That quick retreat isn't rejection. It's nervousness born out of desire. Picture this. You're talking in a group, and you catch her staring. The second your eyes meet, she looks down at her drink, her phone, or the floor, pretending she wasn't watching. Or maybe you're across the room, and you feel her gaze on you. The moment you turn to check, she snaps her head away, suddenly fascinated with the wall or the ceiling. This isn't accident. It's instinct. Her body is saying, I want to look, but I don't want him to know just how much. Most men misinterpret this. They think, she looked away, so she must not be into me. Wrong. Women who feel nothing don't care if you catch them looking. Women who feel something panic at the thought of being exposed. That's why they break eye contact so quickly. It's not disinterest. It's intensity. Here's the mistake most guys make. They let her retreat convince them to retreat too. They stop making eye contact, they back off, and they assume it's a dead end. In reality, the opposite is true. If she's looking and then running, it's because she feels the pull and doesn't yet know how to handle it. The smarter move: stay calm. When you catch her, hold your gaze just a second longer, even if she looks away. Don't laugh nervously. Don't force anything. Just let her know through your composure that you noticed and you're not rattled. That steadiness makes her curiosity grow stronger. Psychology explains it perfectly. Avoidance can be a mask for vulnerability. The faster she looks away, the stronger the emotion she's hiding. If she didn't care, she wouldn't flinch. So the next time her eyes dart from yours, don't assume it's rejection. Recognize it for what it is. Proof that you affect her more than she wants to admit. Point 4. When her eyes soften around you, eyes don't just reveal where she's looking, they reveal how she feels. A woman who is neutral or uninterested keeps her gaze sharp, casual, and practical. She'll look at you the same way she looks at anyone else. Flat, transactional, like you're just another face in the room. But when she's attracted, when she feels something deeper, her eyes soften. The tension melts away, her gaze carries warmth, and suddenly she's looking at you differently than she looks at anyone else. Picture this. You're speaking, and instead of a neutral stare, her eyes relax, her pupils widen slightly, and her entire expression changes. It's almost as if her eyes are smiling before her lips do. Maybe her gaze flickers with a little sparkle when you walk into the room, or maybe she listens to you with a softness that makes you feel like you're the only man there. This isn't friendliness. This is intimacy forming at a subconscious level. Her body is telling you, I'm open, I'm comfortable, I want more. Most men miss it because they're too focused on what she's saying instead of how she's looking. They take the softness as kindness or politeness, when in reality, it's emotional investment. Friendly women don't gaze with warmth, they keep things safe and distant. Flirty women let their guard down through their eyes, showing you a piece of their inner world that's not shared with everyone. Here's where guys ruin it. They overanalyze. They start wondering, is she just being nice? Am I reading too much into this? And while they're doubting themselves, the moment passes. The better move is to accept what you see at face value. If her eyes soften when she looks at you, if they carry warmth, sparkle, or tenderness, take it as a green light. Hold the gaze, smile subtly, and let the silence breathe. That calm presence strengthens the bond she already feels. Psychology confirms it. Dilated pupils, softened eye muscles, and prolonged gentle gazes are all involuntary reactions tied to attraction. She can't fake them for long. If her eyes carry warmth when they land on you, it's not coincidence. It's chemistry. And once you learn to see that softness for what it is, you'll never mistake it for politeness again. So remember this. Friendly eyes are flat. Flirty eyes are warm. If her gaze softens every time it meets yours, she's already telling you more than her words ever could. Point 5. When her eyes search for you in the room. One of the most powerful things her eyes can reveal isn't just how she looks at you, it's when she looks for you. A woman who feels nothing won't notice whether you're there or not. She'll go about her business, focus on the people around her, and keep her attention where it naturally falls. But when she's attracted, when her curiosity is hooked, her eyes will betray her. She'll scan the room, searching for you, even when she doesn't need to. That unconscious hunt is one of the strongest signals she wants more. Picture this. You walk into a room, and before you've even spoken, her eyes find you. Or maybe you're already there, and you catch her gaze drifting across the crowd until it lands on you. She might quickly look away when you notice, or she might hold it just long enough for you to feel the pull. Sometimes she'll do it repeatedly, checking where you are, glancing your way in moments when she thinks no one will notice. That's not chance. That's interest written across her face. Most men downplay this. They think, she probably looks at everyone. Wrong. Women don't repeatedly scan for men they don't care about. If her eyes are drawn to you over and over, it's because her mind is working overtime, wondering what you're doing, who you're with, and whether your attention will fall on her. Here's where guys mess it up. They either ignore the signs completely or they get too eager, rushing in the second they catch her looking. Both kill the energy. The smarter move is awareness. When you notice her eyes searching for you, meet her gaze with calm confidence. Don't stare her down, don't overplay it, just acknowledge her attention with a subtle smirk or steady eye contact. Then go back to what you were doing. That contrast, her investing energy to find you while you stay composed, only fuels her curiosity more. The psychology is simple. We subconsciously track the people who matter most to us. Our eyes seek out what we're emotionally invested in. If she's scanning the room and repeatedly landing on you, she's already invested, whether she admits it or not. So remember this. Friendly eyes might notice you once. Flirty eyes keep searching for you again and again. And when you catch her looking for you, you've already won half the battle, because she's telling you, without words, that you're the one she can't ignore. Conclusion. The truth is simple. A woman may hide her feelings in her words, but her eyes will always tell the real story. If you know what to look for, you'll never be left guessing again. When her eyes linger, it's not politeness, it's desire. When they flicker to your lips, it's her subconscious painting the picture of closeness. When they dart away too quickly, it's not rejection. It's nervous attraction she's struggling to contain. When they soften around you, it's intimacy forming before your eyes. And when they search for you in the room, that's not coincidence. It's obsession starting to bloom. Most men miss these signals because they're too busy listening to her words instead of watching her actions. But eyes don't lie. They reveal her true emotions, her hidden thoughts, and her quietest desires. Once you learn to read them, you'll stop second-guessing yourself. You'll know exactly when she's curious, when she's invested, and when she wants you to step forward. The difference between the man she forgets and the man she can't stop thinking about isn't luck, it's awareness. So the next time you're with her, don't just hear what she says. Watch what her eyes reveal. That's where the truth lives.